Okay, can you see me in video? Okay, so I'll on the video for some time and then I'll okay, nice to see you also. Okay. So we'll start with the okay, so before I start with the this part npm, I told you to create account in npmjs.com and we'll start with this one, npmjs, something regarding npmjs. So before we start this part, let me tell you something about the unit testing cases which we finished last lecture in the last lecture. So I'll talk about that little bit and then we'll start. Okay. So generally sometimes you don't get the 100%. You remember when I was doing this test cases, let's do it again. So if I do test case, npm run test, so many times you will get 100% and many times you may not get the 100%. So what you will do when you don't get 100%? That's what I want to tell you. Okay, let's see. So right now I get 100% here, but in real practical world, I may not get 100%, I may get 80%. So what is the problem when we get 80%? So when we get 80%, that means our logic inside the app.js is not correct. We need to change the logic in the app.js. And if the logic is correct, then you will be able to easily achieve 100% in the test case. And if you're not getting 100%, that means you need to change something in the app.js. You should fix your main file so that you can get this 100%. So this was the only thing which I wanted to tell you regarding the unit test case. And now we'll go. So what we'll do, we'll create one package and we will publish in the npm.js website. And then we can use that library in our React application. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do now. And so few days we will be working on this only. Okay, today is 200th lesson. That's why I'm showing the video. Otherwise, I don't show the video. Okay, so let's create a folder here. Okay. So let's create the folder. 1 second. Yeah, let me create the folder. Yeah, okay. I close the video. Okay, let me, otherwise my whole concentration goes on video. Okay, the folder is npm.js. Okay, so here in this folder we will create our project, and each project will be whatever project we will create, we will publish into the npm. So let's do one sample hello world project, and then we will write many things inside it, and then we can call our package. Instead of writing the code, we can call our package and use it as if we are calling some other libraries. So this is something we're creating the library. So to create the library, we have the command, this create React library. So either I install this create React library with the global thing, or I do it npx create React library. So let's try to do npx and create React library, and then I'll click enter. So it will ask me what is the package name. So what type of package name you're creating? So for example, I want to create a package called as mkancha underscore. Maybe I'll say React utilities. Okay, so I create this one and I will put a lot of utilities inside this package. Okay, so that's what I want. Try to do that. So you can name it whatever you want, and then you to publish it. So generally, I am thinking I will prefix all my package with IM Khancha, and I will put the application name whatever I want, so that it should be different from others. Because if you create a package which is already created by someone, then it will not. You cannot publish that. So you need to create some unique name, and for that I create M Khancha in the beginning, and then I put the package name which I want to create, and I click enter. And description, I will put description. Maybe I'll say my React utilities. Okay, who is the handler? I'll put my name. You can put your name. And I'll GitHub page. I don't have GitHub page for this one, but I'll create it later sometime. So I'll just use default license. I'll use default. And which package manager you want, npm or yarn? I will choose yarn. And which template you want, default, TypeScript, custom. So whatever you want, you can choose. I will put default. Once I click default, you will see a lot of things are running. It's installing something. And if you can also create this one. Just create npx library and do the same thing if you have time now. Otherwise, do it later whenever you get time. Okay, I was getting error, so I tried it on the command line. Here I was getting the error. See here. So I'm trying it on the command line and see if it is working fine or not. If you are also doing, let me know if you get success result or it failed. So here I'm trying it. Let's see how it works. Yeah, so something is not good on my one. I already installed one, but now, now it's someone giving the error. Okay. So all this are saying package is duplicated, package is duplicated. I did one before and it worked fine. Now it's not allowing me. Something is wrong. Okay, let's try. I choose the yarn. Let me try npm now instead of yarn. Let's delete this folder again. Maybe I'll put here. I put double underscore. Let me put single underscore and try. Create React library. Just I'll say React utility. I'm putting one underscore and let's check. And also I'll choose npm now. Okay, npm is giving already the error. That's why I was choosing yarn. So npm is broken. Okay, let's choose yarn again. Okay, let's check what happens. What about you? Are you trying this thing or no? I'm just thinking if it's working for you or it's breaking for you also. Anyone trying this thing?
I try to use npm.
Yeah.
So, right now I get the example and the source folder already.
Okay. But you got success or error here? Okay, let's
I got
see.
error too.
Error 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check now. It looks like now it's working. Looks like. Try only one underscore. Did you try two underscore or one underscore?
Two.
Yeah, try one underscore.
Okay.
And try again. You should not see now. It didn't. I didn't get error. So maybe it's two underscore is not allowed. And
Okay.
see now I'm getting success message. Yeah, maybe the problem is we were using two underscore and that it doesn't like it, and so we had to use one underscore,
Okay.
and now it went fine. See, it's saying.
Okay. Okay. Right now it's good, right? Okay.
Yeah. Now let me explain you a little bit about this library which is created. So in the library you will see one is the source folder which has the package.json. This package.json is related to this source file, and we have the example folder which is also having another source folder and another node modules. So there are two node modules. One is outside the example and one is inside the node modules. So whenever you will write the package, what is this package means? Package means you will write some common libraries which you can use in all of your projects. Okay, so whatever we did in our React project, whatever is common, whatever is common, we will push that to in our package so that I can use directly from my npm folder rather than writing the code again for itself. For example, this is the code which we did, and for example, we have this scroll to top. So maybe I can put this scroll to top in my library, so I don't have to write this code again when I start the new project. I can directly call the scroll to top from my library. Another thing will be, for example, I can put all the widgets inside the library. So next time if I create a new project, I don't have to go into this widgets and get the things again rewritten with me. So I can directly call it from the library. Another thing which we can do, I already told few days back that you need to work on this. You remember this template? I told you that we'll start with latest nodes. So we can also put this in the library, and then we will pass this title and data as props. So I don't have to write this again and again when I start the new project. So this is the part also we will put in the library. So that's what the aim of the library is. We will put all the common elements in the library so that we should not be writing it again and again. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll go, if everyone, what happened now, Kate? Is it done?
Yes, works.
Is it works now? Okay. So that means we should put only one underscore rather than two underscore. Now whatever library which we will build, whatever the common code that will go into this source folder. But we have to test that thing. So for that we have the examples folder here. So example is only for testing purpose, and we can delete this also if we don't want to test it. But whatever we will build in the library, we need to test it. So for that we need to use the example folder as a example folder as a some common code which I can use it, and I will call my library. So we will see that in a minute. So for example, I will put different packages in my package.json, and in this source one, I will put different packages. Here I will put different packages. So for example, React Router DOM. React Router DOM is not required in the library because that is especially when you write your code, you can put the router DOM. So I will put that in the examples. But let's say if I'm building scroll to top, that scroll to top will go into the source folder, and we can call that scroll to top in the example to check if it is working or not. So currently I haven't written any code. I just put it like this, and I will see how it looks in the browser. So here I have to open two tabs. One tab will be inside my utilities, this one. This is the main one, and another one is the example one. So I'll open example in the another terminal. Okay, so let's delete this. Okay, so one terminal is my main one where I have source directory, and another terminal is the example one. So I have to run two commands in both the terminals. So let's go to first this my main root folder. I will say yarn start. Once I say yarn start, it will compile the files into the dist folder, and whatever change you will do in your source folder, that will go into the dist folder. And another one is the example. Here also I will say yarn start. This will open the script in the browser. So remember, this example is only to test your library. in real world, this example has no meaning. Just to test your whatever code you have written in the source folder, is it working or not? For that, we will use the examples folder. We'll go into the code also in a bit, but before that, we'll see in the browser how it looks. So I'll go to the local host. So you will see this is the example component by the create React library example. Now let's go to the example folder. In that, I'll go to the source folder, and in that, I'll go to the app.js. You will see in the app.js, I have this example component which takes the props create React library. And example component is created in my node package. This node package is called mconcha React utility. So when I will really write my real component also, I will call it from my node package, and I can directly use it here. So if you see, this example component is called from the node package. Right now it is not there on the live on the server, but then also it is working because this example is referring this this source, that is this my index.js from the source. And if you see index.js in the source, I have the example component as exported, and that is taken by my app.js here. Is this part clear? What I said, did you got it? What I said is now. Okay. So now it's also importing the CSS file. So if we have anything in the CSS file also, which is actually in the styles.module.js, anything style is there, that is also, we can take it. Let's see the dist. It might be in the dist file, dist folder. So we have the index.css, which is nothing but this test file which we created in my styles.module.css. So definitely, whatever we build, we can put the CSS directly in the file, or I can put inline CSS. So I really don't need this styles.css file, style.module.css file. So let's right now keep it, but I will not put anything here. I'll just empty it. Okay, and even if you don't empty, it's okay because it's a text file. You don't need anything. And it's saying importing style.module.css. I don't need to, I will change this file. Okay, don't worry about this one. Right now it's saying it's importing, which is okay. Okay, so in the app.js, we are calling from this one, and it's calling CSS also. Since I will not be using the CSS much from this one, so I will delete this from the example one. It doesn't matter kind of thing. Okay, so now this is my basics. Example.component is here. Now I will create one library in the source one, and I will get that library here. Okay, so that is the task. Now what task I'm trying to do? Okay, so what is the task I'm trying to do? Task is create hello world component in library. Library means not the example folder. It means in the source folder. Okay, so that is the task. I will create two components so that you can easily understand what I'm trying to do. And I will say also create hello world 2 component. So I'll create 2 components so that it's easy to understand. So this is the task which I will create in the source folder. So these are my 2 libraries, 2 packages which I build it to make my life easier. And then I will go to the example folder, that is this example folder, and I will use this component. Okay, this component can be very big. It can be 1,000 lines. But when I go into example folder, I'll just use 1 line. I will import it and I will display it. So in reality, hello world component is very big with thousands or 100,000 lines. But when I go in the examples folder, I'll just import it in 2 lines. I will use it. So in real world also, you can build one complex component, put it in the library, and then use it in the example or in your real world situation. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do it now. So I will here in the example, what I will do, utilize the hello world component from library. And also I'll utilize again, I'm putting 2 examples so that you can understand easily what I'm trying to do. Okay, so this is the task which I'm trying to do it now. Let me create one readme file so that I will write down what I'm trying to do. Okay, so just do it, just look here. Now currently in the index.js, we have already example component, we already have it. But if I put only example component, or if I want to build a lot of components in my library, so I don't like a example component in my index.js. So we will organize this in a minute in this way. So I'll create a new folder in the source. Maybe I'll name it as components. And I will create some more folders, new folder. Maybe I will create widgets, which will come in future. And then I will create a new folder. Maybe I'll create some UI components. Now, what are the UI components? UI components is just what I showed you. I'll be taking this. I'll be taking each one and putting it to the component library. So that will be the UI components. I may create many utilities also. So I'll create a utilities folder. Okay, like that, I will be creating a lot of things in my library. So this library will grow as we move further. Now I will put this example component inside the component. So inside the component, I'll create a new folder, example component. And inside example component, I'll create a new file called as example component.js. Here I will make all the component as a JS rather than JSX. I can equally do with the JSX also, but I have my personal preference to put JS in this component library. Everything will be JS. Equally, I can do JSX, nothing wrong in it, but for now I'm using JS. Now what I'll do, I'll copy this part, put it in the example component. I don't need CSS here. I don't need CSS. I'll remove the CSS. I don't need this also. Class name, I'll just put like this. Okay, so this is my example component. And so what I did, I deleted example component from index.js and put it here in my example component. Or basically, let me do one thing. I will write down our own example component, and I'll pass text here. That way we have this our structure, common structure text. So what I did, I took example component from the index.js and put it inside my example component, and I'm returning it as a default. Okay. And here, if I'm saving, it's not putting semicolon in the end. The reason is it has a prettier RC file and it is saying semi equal to false. I will make it true so that it should automatically give the semicolon here. Okay, so now what I did, I moved the example component from index to this example component. So I can delete everything from here. But since I delete everything from here, and I go to example folder in the source folder in the app.js, it's calling example component from my utilities. But right now I deleted it from my index.js. So I need to bring it back, this example component. That is, I need to import it and in the index.js, and I need to export it also. So we have to do 2 steps, import and export. So how to do it? In the index.js, I will say export default as, just remember the syntax, example component from components slash example component slash example component. So what I'm going, I'm going to the example component and I'm getting the default because it is exported as a default. I'm getting the default and then I'm exporting it as an example component. So the outside world will get this example component as like this. But what I'm doing it here, I'm trying to get default one from here and exporting it here as a example component. So what will happen when I write this statement, this example component will be exported from index.js file, and in examples, when I call example component from mkhancha React utilities, it will automatically get the correct example component and we will get this correctly. So let's check it. So as soon as I save it, this also get updated and this also get updated, and we will see the updated results now here. So still we are getting this example component. So if you are thinking whether it's the same one or no, I can put some text here, hello, and you will see it's calling hello here. That means it's calling from my example component in this example component folder, and we are exporting it here in the index.js. To save the work, save the time, I'll just tell you what you have to do. Step 1, just empty the style.module.css. We will put something whenever we need it, but we don't need it now. Just empty this one. So go on doing as I tell you the steps. Empty this one in. Let me know once it is done, and I'll go next step. So empty the style.module.js. Once you are done, write down done. I will go to OK, done. Next is create a folder inside the source components. Don't create all the folders, we'll create gradually. Just create a components folder. Inside that, create example component folder, and inside that, create a file, example component.js file. You are okay to create JSX also. Whatever you like, you can create. For now, I'll create JS file. So just create example component. Okay, done. So now copy this content of example component. I'll give you in the React Telegram group. Just create this example. Just paste it in the example component.js. Okay, 1 second. Okay, done. So just put it here and then just put this line in the index.js of the source folder. So when I say source folder, you have to go to the source folder. And when I say example, then you have to go to example source folder. So this I will name it as source folder. This I will name it as example. When I say example folder, don't go to example folder. Go to example. Inside that, go to source folder. So for example, I'll say example. Then you have to go to a source folder inside the example. But when I say directly go to source folder, then you have to go to root of this as a source folder. Okay, so just copy this in the source folder index.js, because in previously it was example component. Now we we put it here like this export, because we will be exporting a lot of things. So this is one of the component we are exporting. I'll give you in the Telegram this one, and just do it in and let me know once it. Okay, so let me know when this is done. Now we will test it again and we will publish this in the npm package. Okay, so okay, done. So now what I will do, I will publish this package. I will publish this package to the npm, and user will able to see my this mkhancha React utilities. So to publish it, what we have to do, I'll again go into the new terminal in the main root, and we have to log in to the npm. So I'll say npm login. So when I say npm login, it will ask me, where is my phone? One second, sorry. My, because we need the phone to log in actually. So I put username. My username is, you have to put your username. So my username is this one, and I will put my password. What is my password? I forgot. And I'll put my email. Okay, now it's asking me one-time password because I have two-way security. So it's asking my authentication key. So it's asking my one-time password, which I get in my phone. So I'll open my phone and open the authenticator, and I will get the code 095292. Okay, so it's saying I'm logged in as N Kanchandani in the npm.js. Now I will. So everyone try to log in and see if you are able to log in. I'll give you 1 minute. Once it's done, let me know. Okay, so you logged in. I think you are only doing it, others are not there. Now we will publish our package so that I can use this example component in my any of my React application. So I'll just say npm publish. So again, it will ask my code. Okay, so again, it's asking my OTP from my phone to authentication. So I'll put it. So you also do that 344973. Okay, so it's saying this is published and mkhancha React utilities with the version of 1.000 is published. We can check here while going to this website. I can go and I'll see my packages. So you will see my package. Okay, so this is the, let's see, that is that one. Yeah, this one just now came. Mkhancha React utilities, and I can import whatever component. This help file is not done yet, but this is published. Okay, so do it and see if you also have this published and give me the URL so I cannot check it anything. Yeah, just put it there. Yeah, just put it, share me the URL so I can see if it is looks good. Let me check. Okay, so you have given the settings one. I don't want settings. I want this package URL. So what you have done, you have given the settings one. Okay, I don't need the setting. I cannot go into your settings and do anything. So you have to just go to your package. Yeah, you have to give me the package, right? So package is public. Yeah, so this is the package is public, and since you appended it to the kit, so it is a unique name and nobody can take this one since you have used it. So now what we will do quickly, we will add couple of components and I will use it also in my example one. Okay, so just I'll do quickly a few examples. So because we created example components, let's create new folder and I will name it as hello world, only hello world. And inside hello world, I'll create a new file, hello world.js. Okay, I will do RFCE. This is just hello world. Okay, and I'll create another folder called as hello world 2. And I'll create another file inside this hello world 2.js. And I'll do RFCE hello world 2. So when I call this component, this will be displayed. When I call hello world, this will be displayed. When I call example, this will be displayed. In example, we are passing props, but in hello world and hello world 2, we are not passing any props. We'll just display this text to the user. Now, since these two components are created, we need to export them so that others can use it. So to export them, I'll go to index.js file and I will write on 2 lines. I will add it. One will be taking the hello world component, and inside hello world it's hello world, and second one will take hello world 2 and it will take hello world 2 file, and here I will export it as a hello world 2, and the first one I will export it as hello world. So what I did, we copied similar to example component. I created two components which I created in my components folder, and now I am exporting here as hello world and hello world 2. Now if I want to use this hello world and hello world 2, I will go to my example folder in the app.js. I will import it. So here already I am importing example component. I will import hello world and hello world 2 component, and then I will use them. So right now I'll delete this example component. I'll create a common div component. Inside it, I'll create example component. I'll put HR tag, and I'll call the hello world component here. Okay, then again I'll put HR tag and I'll call the hello world 2. So I created these two components. I'm using it here. So not only we can use React component, we can use any JavaScript function, we can export it and we can import it here and use it as a normal JavaScript. So any function, any object, whatever you want to do, you can export it and get it here. So right now I created three components. I'm displaying these three components. I will test it whether it's working fine. By going to this page, you will see this example component is coming from example component in my library. This is the hello world component, this hello world 2 component. So that means all the components are working fine and exported fine from here. Now I have to publish it again. So to publish it again in the NPM, we need to update the package number, version number. So here you will see version number is 1.0.0. I will change it to 1.0.1. Once I do 1.0.01, and then I will just again run the npm publish, and this will publish again with the new values. It's again asking me the OTP. So I'll give the OTP 797977. Okay. So I did it. It published again with 1.0.1. I will go to my package and I'll refresh the page. You will see now it is version 1.0.1, and then though it is, since I didn't put the usage part, you will see the old usage, but we will update this later when we are done. So this is working fine. We cannot see the code here. Let's see, explore is possible. Okay, explore is not possible here. We cannot see the files here. Okay, so but since I uploaded with 1.0.1, I am sure that both are there in this package. So now my package, anyone can use my package if they save it like this, and they can use it like this one, app.js. They can use it like this way. So this was a simple component which we did and uploaded it, but we will be writing many complex components in our application. So not only this, which are really useful in my real world project. Okay, so just now you create these two folders, hello world JS and hello world 2.js, and build some dummy this one, and in the index just call it like this one. Once you call it like this one, I'll put it in the React chat group. Once you call it from this one, then you go to examples folder and put this code in the example folder. I'll give you this code also, and try to check if hello world is coming correctly or not. Once it is coming correctly, once it will work correctly, then you need to publish it. And once you publish it, let me know, then we'll go further. Okay, so just do it in 1 or 2 minutes. It's a simple. Okay, let me know once you're Is it done? So the UI means you have to go to the example folder in the source app.js. You have to update this file. I gave this example app.js one in the chat also. Yeah, you have to run the npm start on the source folder on the main root folder also, and in another terminal you have to run it in the example folder. So one npm start should be in the root folder of this one, and another npm start should be in the example one. So I opened this example in another terminal where I run the npm start. I get this one, and I open this as in the another terminal, and I run the npm start here. So I should get this one. If you don't get this one, that means this file is not created. This folder is not created properly, and you will not see the output properly. So you should keep this both running in different tabs. Just check in the browser if you're getting. If you're not getting, then let's fix that part first before we go further. Are you able to get these two in the two different tabs? Because if you don't open it, okay. So make sure you are running this both. Yeah. Otherwise, if you don't run it, then the file which you have changed will not be updated in the disk file. Then when you publish the npm publish, the updated changes will not go into the npm. If you keep this running, then that means updated changes will go into the npm. Yeah, localhost 3000. Check it if it is displaying both hello world and hello world 2. Okay, can you share your screen? I see toolkit. Let me see what is the problem, because if you are not able to fix this, then we cannot go further. Okay, where should I see toolkit? Which one is the right one? Okay, now I can see. Now I'll give you the presenter role. share the screen and let's see. Okay, let me see. This file is correct example. Hello world. This one is correct. Show me the two tabs which are open. Two tabs which are open. Yeah, this one. Let me check 1 second. Component hello world. Yeah, remove the top one. We don't need it, and don't comment it. It's not needed even. Default is hello world 2. Okay. Go to the component. Go to the hello world. Okay. Hello world JS. Okay, that looks good. Close it. Yeah, you should put hello world this, otherwise it will not work. Yeah, put RFCE. Enter. Yeah, for okay, put hello world here also, right? Put it hello world. Go into 2.1. Let's check 2. Here also you have to put same thing RFCE. Hello world 2. Just put hello world 2. Okay, now show me the command line where both are running. Okay, so this one is correct. Another one is correct. Yeah, both are good. Now go to localhost 3000 in the browser. Yeah, so both are coming now, right? Okay. Any other doubt? Is it working, right? Both are working. It was not working because you didn't put React code there. Any questions? Any other question in this? Okay. So now what I will do, today's class is little big. Yeah, well, so what we will do, my main aim now is we will do a lot of things in this one. So from tomorrow we'll start this, putting this each stuff in our library so that whenever I want to build this kind of stuff, I should not take time. I should not take time to build it. I just call this one with the data, which is this data like this, and it should give these results. Okay, so I should not have we should not give much time every time we want to build like this. So one I will build like this. These two are similar, so we will build only one, and in both we will pass different icon. So it's only one component here, and we'll build this. Will take later, but when we go to I click it, we'll build one component like this, edit part like this. So when I want to build the edit, I should pass the details from here, and everything should be there, and this part. So I don't need to work again and again because this template I will be using in many of my projects, and I don't want to work on the template part again and again. So maybe this part is the header part. I will just call the header part, pass this and pass this part, pass this one TC kind of thing, or image. It should give me this top header. I will pass another one. It should give me this one. Another one I will pass the data. It should give me all these results. So I don't need to work again and again. And if I try to edit it, I can edit it also, that part. So we have to do a lot of work in making this one. This is not a simple task, but we will give time. We'll give the time. Yeah, version 1.1 has come. So every time you have to do the changes, you have to change the version. If you don't change the version, it will not be published. Okay, so that's what we have to do. So we will be working on this part, but today we will delete this hello world, because this is only for today's class. I gave you the idea how we are doing. So we put hello world example. We will be deleting all these three, and we will be putting new things in it. So today what I will do, I will put one real thing which I use it in my application, and we will put it there. So I will show you, and then you can do it afterwards whenever you get time. Let's go it 1 second. I'll call. Okay, let's put the scroll to top, because scroll to top is something. Uh, yeah, but scroll to top is using location. Okay, it's using the with router. We don't need the with router since we are passing. Okay, it's using the with router. So I already told you that React Router DOM cannot be installed in the library because React Router DOM is tied to the main client side, and all the URLs are taken care there. So I won't be able to add the scroll to top in the library. If I want to add the scroll to top in the library, then I need to pass this path name from the other file without using this line of statement. Okay. So just let me think on this one, how to add it without router, because we don't want to use this React Router DOM, and so I cannot use it now. But I will try to use some other way so that I can pass the path name from different component rather than using this with router. So we'll do this later. Don't worry about it. Okay, for now today, this is the fine. Tomorrow we'll delete all these three, and we will try to add the components which I told you. This one. We'll start with this one. Go on adding it. And before I close it, I want to. Okay, sorry. I made your screen. I made you the present, and then I forgot to share. Sorry. Okay, let me explain you in short again. So I was just saying that we will delete all these three tomorrow, and I was saying that this one, the scroll to top. Let me explain it again because screen was not shared. So the screen to scroll to top, I was trying to make this in the library, but this one is using the React Router DOM, and React Router DOM, we cannot install React Router DOM in the library. So we cannot use scroll to top as this one. We need to change this file so that we should use it without React Router DOM. So I will not do scroll to top now because I need to figure out how I can pass this path name without using React Router DOM in this my library. Okay, so this one I will do sometime later in few days. So for today, this three is fine, whatever you saw. Tomorrow we will delete all these three and we'll try to do it this part. Okay, this will go on putting the components here. It's a lot of components here to build. One is this one is this one is similar, one is context. So this one, this left side bar, then we have the companies. So this one, and if I put new company, this form. So a lot of things we have to put it so that when we build our real application, we have everything in our hand, all the templates in our hand. We don't need to work on the templates. We'll just use the logic and immediately build our templates from our library. Okay, that part we'll start tomorrow. Another thing which I want to tell you now before closing, in few days or in few weeks, when I'm ready to show that, I'll be starting the React Native soon. So for that, we have to do some preparation before I really start working on the React fundamental, React Native. So React Native, I will start in few weeks. I don't know exact date because I'm working on my syllabus, which I'm going to take on it. So it will take some time, and we have to do a lot other things before I really jump into the React Native. Because once I jump into the React Native, I will be doing for 1 year continuously this React Native. And React Native and the Android also, and the Flutter. All three things will be done together once I start it. 1 second. So once I start the React Native, there'll be no go back to other things because a lot of things we have to do in the React Native and Flutter and Android Native. We will take these three, all the three, once I start the mobile development. I'm not sure which day I'm starting, but it will start soon. but we have to do a lot of things. Like I showed you, this whole thing I have to do, and there are some other things I have to do, like TypeScript, GraphQL, and then I will start with the React Native. So maybe consider 3-4 weeks before I start the React Native. So at least you have to do some homework in the React Native before we jump into it. So if you see React Native setting up development environment, you have two ways. One is Expo. To do the Expo, you have to follow the steps, and there is another one. Node.js I already started. I stopped it on the between, and we will finish that soon. Before starting the React Native, I will complete the Node.js. We did it already. A lot of things we did in the Node.js. Now I will complete it before starting React Native, because once I start React Native, Flutter, and Android Native, I will be completely into these three one. So I will not touch any other thing once I start this one. So Expo, and there is another is React Native CLI Quick Start. So if you go with the Expo, it's very easy to install, but you won't be able to make good Android native React Native apps with this one, because a lot of things are missing in this one. So I will suggest you to go with this one, React Native CLI Quick Start. So choose your environment, Windows and Android. This is my environment, Windows. If you have Mac, Android, choose this one. I will not go with iOS because I hate iOS, and I don't like to work on the iOS right now. So I will not be doing iOS. But whatever we build in the React Native, you can use it in iOS also, Android also. Only thing, I don't use Mac nowadays for development. I do it only for my office work. But for my personal work, I don't use Mac. So I will not do iOS, I will do Android. So if you have Mac, choose Mac Android. If you have Windows, choose Windows Android. If you have Linux, choose Linux Android. And you have to go through the steps. I know it's very difficult initially, but you try it. And if you cannot do it, then we will do it together. When you install the Node.js, already the Chocolatey is installed. So you don't need to do Chocolatey install again here. Okay. So go and Node.js LTS. Don't do this also, because we already have Node installed. So don't do Node 1. You can do Open JDK. You can do. You copy this line, but remove the Node.js part. Just to Open JDK. Then go here, download the Android Studio. When you download the Android Studio, SDK will automatically come. Platform will come. Android virtual device will be there already in it. We will not be using virtual device. We will be using the real Android device. So no need to set up the virtual device. We will connect with our real device with the computer, and we will test it there. So I will not test in the virtual device. I will test in the real mobile device. And then this SDK is already installed. As soon as you install the Android Studio with Android Studio, SDK automatically comes. So when you download this Android Studio, SDK will automatically be there. So no need to install the SDK. It's already there. Okay, so it's already there. Then you have to add this Android Home in your environment variable. And then you have to add in the path, you have to add this line of the statement. Once you're done, run this line of the code and see if it installs something, a project is created or not. If project is not created, you get some error, try to Google it, resolve it. Otherwise, if you cannot do it, we will do these steps again when we will really start building the React Native. You know, I was doing npx React Native with this line of the statement, I was getting error. So what I did, I used this line with version number. So I choose some version number. I will share with you what version I was choosing, and then it went perfectly fine. Because with the new version of the React Native, there is some error appearing with this line of the statement. So I used this line with some version, old version, and then it was working correctly. We are not using TypeScript, so don't use this one, TypeScript. And once you are done this one, this we can do together. Once you are completed with all about steps, we will work on this part again. But this part we will be doing after a few weeks, so you have a lot of time to set up this on your computer. First, we have to finish this part. Then I will take 1 or 2 lecture TypeScript, complete it. I will take GraphQL, complete it. I will complete the Node.js part. And once I complete the Node.js part, we will move to the React Native, React Android Native, and Flutter. All these three we'll do together. Together means first I'll finish React Native because you know React one, then we'll do other things. Any questions? That's our